So psychology was never able to really define mental health, but both Freud and Jung were always asked that question. And I like Freud's answer was, well, it means to be able to work and love. Not just love and not just work. Work and love. That means you can deal with other people and relate to them in a consistent, competent way, and you can relate and go through all of the challenges of relationships, which are not easy and filled with contradiction. So that was Freud. For Jung, his notion of mental health is contained in his idea of individuation, which is really his understanding of what it really means to become yourself, to live with who you are, in this contradiction between what the ego wants and the unconscious is saying. So when you're in contradiction with your unconscious, it's like all of your psychic strength. You know, the ego says, you know, become a dentist, it pays well. So the ego is pushing like this, but the unconscious says, no, become a filmmaker, and that's where your talent is. So if you don't connect the conscious and the unconscious, all your psychic energy is caught like this. So if you do this, you know, yourself, and pull hard, you'll see it begins. So that's where the psychic energy is lost, whereas when it's aligned, it goes like an arrow. So Jung's idea of health was that the conscious ego-like goals that say do this and do that have another side, and the unconscious may have a very different opinion. So you have to connect those two. So that's what he called the transcendent function, to listen to your dream, to symbols, to you know, all sorts of signs that we have in every day that indicate, no, you don't want to become a dentist. No, you see, you're always reading about making movies and doing this. So would you please connect these two aspects of yourself and let them talk to each other? So that was part of his notion of mental health. And the path, you call that the path to individuation, becoming, individuation is basically becoming wiser about love, relationship, work, everything. You know, it's like you have your life makes meaning to you, and it's richer because you have this sense of becoming yourself. So that was his notion of mental